a mic. Can everyone hear me? Or no?
Use the mic.
Okay.
Like a nice mic.
Okay. Here we go. Hi, I'm Laura Line, and this is Stanley Line, my partner in life and in business. And Stanley's been in business for many, many years. And as Allison said this morning, oh, you're one of the businesses that got over the hump. And so he's been in business over 30 years. And I met Stanley several years ago, and I had my own career. I was doing my own thing. But at one point, I realized he's extremely talented. It's like many small businesses, was doing it all. He was the sole entrepreneur, did it all wearing all the hats. And at one point, I realized, well, he needs some help doing, running the business. So in March of 2011, I stepped in with him and started helping him manage and improve the business on many levels. He had the talent, and I brought the organization to it to bring it to the next level. We had a great season, but August 28, 2011, we were struck by Hurricane Irene /flooding. And we were knocked down. We had 4 feet of water inside of the building, and we were fortunate the next day, without calling anyone, we had over 30 people there helping us dig out. And for the next 3 weeks, we had cleanup brigades set up outside the shop. A shout out to the town of Randolph and the state for helping us with that process of cleanup. The street was closed. We didn't have to worry about vandalism or anything else, and we did clean up for 3 solid weeks. Initially, we thought we'd be out of business for only a month. It ended up being 2 full months, and then a year of recovery. During that time, as many people know, many resources were thrown at us, and one of them was business counseling at the Vermont Small Business Development Corporation. And that's how I found my way to Debra Boudrieau's office. And it was invaluable. I'd actually sought resources before and hadn't come across it. It was really answered my dream of having a business mentor. I always refer to Debra as our business mentor. Because when you're alone in the business, you don't have colleagues, and it's great to be able to go to a place and bounce ideas off, and am I crazy, am I not crazy, and have the guidance. And what she was invaluable at that stage was helping us navigate the recovery financially and organizationally. And we had moments of doubt. Stanley was fortunate. His business was not in debt. But we accepted a beat alone. And there was a moment where I wavered and we thought, do we really want to take a step? We could probably pull out of it on our own. And Debra was the voice of reason, not only helping make my application successful, but helping us accept and realize it was the right step for the business. So from there, I went to see Debra once a month, and I brought a sample of her homework assignment, her very famous homework assignments. And we set our goals and talk about being strategic. It's goals that we would love to do for the business. Well, by the next month, I couldn't do them all, but by June, I realized, wow, looking over my notes, I had succeeded in implementing all the recommendations that were made in January. And that's been the nature of the process. And she also helped us invaluably with the community development block grant, disaster relief, securing the funds. Debra and the Vermont Small Business Development Corporation organized, and I tell you, without these workshops, which guided us on how to prepare the sub-grant application, it was the simple application, it simply would not have happened. She gave us a checklist, and I went through all of that checklist, and it facilitated the process, and we as a business have now secured a grant, which is going to help in, again, the recovery process. The other thing that Debra did, because there were many lessons learned in light of the disaster and things we could have done differently in the recovery, we wish we had certain tools at our fingertips that we didn't have. And we have done disaster preparedness plans. We had one that was not on paper as Hurricane Sandy was working her way up the coast. And we began implementing that. A lot of the losses that we had suffered during Irene were actually avoidable. And we started evacuating the building, evacuating the office, having everything backed up. And Debra Boudrieau, being the ever-vigilant mentor, sent out a warning to businesses saying, this is your checklist, this is what you need. And I went through it and realized, wow, I've done half of it, let me keep going. And it was that last push that helped us fully prepare for Hurricane Sandy. Our motto became, these people would come up to us and say, oh, it ain't gonna hit ya. And we're like, we don't know. our motto became, we'd rather be prepared for nothing than unprepared for something. And so here, thanks to Debra Boudrieau, the Vermont SBDC, and like you mentioned earlier, if these services were not free, I don't think we as a small business, as businesses struggle, our profit margins are so narrow, would we have been able to devote resources to this kind of mentorship? Would have been going out to the community and having the time to seek it out. They've done that work for us, and it's truly invaluable. I have been singing her praises to so many folks that they all can't get to see her, but it's invaluable services, and I sing praise to all of you, and thank you heartily.